I hope you've got your dancing shoes on, partner, because I'm about to hit you with a story that's so beautiful, make you so happy, you won't be able to stop yourself from getting up and busting out a boogie. The laughable catastrophe of the metaverse has lost the overall parent company nearly $700 billion and has begun taking a toll on Mark Zuckerberg's personal net worth. Zuckerberg could plant his entire tongue in my ass and it still wouldn't leave a worse taste in his mouth than the ongoing failure of the metaverse. It is just the gift that keeps on giving. It's like every single day we're visited by Santa Claus who leaves us a nice little treat in the form of bad news for Facebook that you just can't help but be excited for. It's just such a wholesome moment, honestly. It's a very short list of people and things that I'm always praying on the downfall of, but at the top of that list is Facebook/Meta. That shit sucks so much dick, it is embarrassing. That shit sucks more dick than my mom on Xbox Live Call of Duty lobbies. Now, I want to make it clear, I actually don't think the whole idea is trash. Marcus Brownlee just made a really good video about VR and AR as it currently is, as well as the potential it could have for the future. And it is very interesting, and I do see some practical usage for it, and I've always said I think there is a time in the future where it will be pretty impressive, but that time is not now, and it's certainly not with the metaverse, and I really don't feel confident in Meta being the company to lead this charge when they have so little to show for most of their work right now. Let's take a look at their stock price real quick. I went over it on stream and I let out some real primal celebratory noises I didn't even know my vocal folds were capable of producing. I sound like a little kid who just tried pizza for the first time and I'm making happy noises. Looks so good. Oof. Oof. You can't help but just celebrate. It's so joyous to see the incredible delusion on display here from Zuckerberg and the entire Meta team, who's continuously pouring billions of dollars into this shithole called the metaverse and just flushing it all down the toilet. It'd be more effective to just burn the billions of dollars. You'd get more value out of just burning the money as opposed to putting it into the metaverse. It is such a dog shit product. It's worse than Roblox. There's no reason to ever hop in the metaverse like with Horizon World or anything. Why not just go into Roblox? It's like a better metaverse experience. Like, the metaverse is 10 years behind VR chat. I made a video recently about their big conference where they announced they're going to have legs for their avatars for the first time, as if that's some kind of new innovation, like a breakthrough in technology. Even though we've been able to do that for like a decade now, and you want to know what's even sadder? It was a lie. The demonstration of the legs for the avatar was fake. It was pre-rendered. They couldn't even get it right for their own fucking conference. They scammed them. Like, they didn't even actually have the leg technology ready yet. It is so mind-boggling. They've poured billions and billions of dollars into the metaverse only to have less to show for it than a team of like 30 people with VR chat. The metaverse is just barely above Second Life from almost 2 decades ago. Like, Second Life might actually be technologically more impressive than the current metaverse, honestly. It is such a joke, but it's a beautiful, costly joke because it is just wiping value out from the parent company. $700 billion just sent straight to hell over the last like year or so. How can you not be happy to hear that? Facebook is awful, Meta is awful, but metaverse is the key. Facebook is a disease, and the metaverse is the cure, and the cure is just killing the host. Like, once Facebook's dead, all the problems go away. It's a pretty impressive solution. The metaverse is just that plague to finally just wipe out the trash that is Facebook, which I think is beautiful. Of course, I'm being exaggeratory. I don't think Facebook's going anywhere anytime soon, but it is on an incredibly remarkable downward spiral, a death spiral. But they have their fingers in so many pies they might be able to recover in other sectors, perhaps. But Metaverse is doing everything it can to bankrupt them as quickly as possible. It's doing the speedrun any percent dead business route. And it's doing an impressive split right now. It's going for a gold split. Now, I think it's important we shout out a couple of heroes of this story. So, big hats off and a salute to all of the developers that are hosing Facebook and Meta for all of this investment money. I don't know how you can pour billions of dollars into a project like this and have so little to show for it. They have to either be hiring the most untalented developers the world has ever seen, like literally going to local middle schools and asking who wants the code for Meta, because they are not getting shit done, or they're going to developers that are overcharging for almost no service and laughing about it in their face. So I'm thinking it's the latter. They're just going to the developers and they're just overcharging the fuck out of this, scamming them, and giving them nothing. You could give like 10 grand to like 3 people on Twitter and they would probably be able to put legs in your VR game before Metaverse does. I also think I should clear up some confusion here because the company themselves does a horrible job of explaining what exactly all this shit is. Unironically, Marques Brownlee's video is a better presentation for the Metaverse than anything Zuckerberg or that entire team has put together. When I'm talking about the Metaverse, I'm more specifically focusing on Horizon Worlds, since that's Meta's really flagship Metaverse title. And that's the one where you walk around without legs. You walk around like SpongeBob with the anchor arms. It's fucking laughable how dated and behind the times it is. Honestly, Horizon Worlds as it is right now feels like a little mini game that would have been at Disney Quest back in the late 90s. Disney Quest being that old arcade thing in Orlando. Used to love that place, God rest its soul. But Horizon Worlds would have been cool there back then. It's not cool now. It's just embarrassing. There's one thing that Twitch chat brought up when I was talking about this that I actually didn't even consider that would have been a really smart play here from the get-go. Why didn't they just buy VR chat or like purchase the whole team and build upon that game? They're so tardy to the party with the technology itself. I don't see why they wouldn't have started instead of like at ground level, why they just wouldn't hit the ground running and start by purchasing the VR chat team and game and building upon that for their vision. They're so busy playing catch up with things VR chats had for years. Why wouldn't you have just considered purchasing VR chat in the team? I'm glad they didn't, because it's great watching the entire company crash and burn like this. It's a beautiful spectator sport, but I'm just a little shocked that they didn't consider that option as all. Because they are very, very much behind. Like, it's not even close right now. Maybe it will be in the future, who knows? But so far, every single Metaverse presentation they've done has always just been, we don't have any of these features, but we're thinking about it, and we might have them in the near future, maybe next year or the year after. Their presentations are always just telling people they might be coming in a year or two. That's not exciting, that's not hype, that's just sad. If you haven't seen any like actual gameplay from the Metaverse, I implore you to take a look. I feel horrible for the community that's already there, all 9 of them, because they're getting a significantly worse experience there compared to any other alternative. Compare any of the worlds in Horizon Worlds to anything in VR chat, and the difference is absolutely shocking. It's night and day. VR chat is just so far above Metaverse in every possible aspect. I just don't understand how for billions of dollars invested in this project, they can be this primitive and this bare bones. But anyway, it's great to watch from a distance. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit, maybe brighten your day with this great news, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.